Growing up, I played a lot of Valve games. My Steam account was created because I bought Portal 2 for the PS3 and managed to get myself a new Steam account through there. And because of it, I became enamored with PC gaming as a whole. While I wasn't into the whole PC Master Race stuff, I still very much enjoyed the hell out of PC games. One of them being Half-Life, the game that brought Valve into the spotlight, and with it, the Half-Life modding community. Powered by the gaming engine GoldSrc, and the modding community and its tools like Jack and Hammer would bring out some classic mods like Poke 646, Action Half-Life, and even Counter-Strike. Yep, that's right! Counter-Strike was originally a mod for Half-Life before it was then bought out by Valve and essentially became the mega popular first-person shooter and skin stock market simulator, you know. Good times, good times. Half-Life modding is still ongoing to this day, and there are some more recent Half-Life mods that are gaining popularity as of late. However, outside of these multiplayer and action-based mods, there's another genre that GoldSrc is mostly known for today. Horror. Arguably, the second most important thing you know about GoldSrc modding is, well, the horror mods. Whether it be the biggest and most popular mods that spawned a life of its own, or if it's the older mods that you grew up playing and enjoying them a lot. So, why not explore them? What makes them tick? What makes them all so enjoyable to play? And why I just had this huge sense of nostalgia while doing so. So come along with me and let's explore some GoldSrc horror mods. Hi, I'm Meadow. You may not know me, but soon you will. Today's video is a little bit different. I wanted a huge break from the big analysis videos I've done recently and just do a bit more of a chilled out version of it. So I'll be splicing in some clips of my first playthroughs that I recorded, reactions and all. However, I want to make a couple of notes before we begin. Firstly, I am bad. I'm very rusty with playing Half-Life games recently, and there were times where I got stuck, or I didn't know what to do, or my gameplay was kind of bad. So that's just not a judgment of the games themselves, it's just me being bad. So if you see me die a lot, you probably know why. Secondly, the footage is in this weird screen formatting. Please ignore it, because I was stupid and forgot to change the window mode to be widescreen instead of normal. Hooray! I have done some extra footage as well. This is in the widescreen format as well, so please don't worry about that. And thirdly, you're pretty cool. You look really, really nice today. I like your makeup, if you're wearing makeup. If you want, get some makeup on. Okay, with that out of the way, let's start off with something chill. The first mod I'll be checking out will be Mistake, released in 2007. The short mod is kind of roughly 15 to 20 minutes long, and is relatively short. I think I said that twice. Hold on. The little story that we have is we play as some guy who is stuck in this asylum and he basically needs to escape. That's it. It's kind of bare bones with its plot, but you don't really need additional context. All you need to know is that spooky things will happen and you just have to stab them to death, honestly. One thing I will say is that when I was installing it, I was told that if I wanted to sell the game, I needed to give the creator 75% of the share. So that's a good terms and conditions if I ever saw one. Let me just say that. Now, I want to be clear, I don't find Mistake to be that scary, and when I played it for the first time, a goddamn lightning explosion scared me more than the entire game. It's
fucking dark. Maybe it's just my screen. It's probably my screen. Why was that fucking loud? That's fucking loud. Shit.
There are also a lot of set pieces in this mod that do show off a spooky vibe to it as well, including a room where there's just a guy who just exploded in blood and while also being hanged.
Great. Oh, I've got health now. Oh no. Oh no, the administrator. Is this the CEO? Did he get Luigi'd? This is definitely looks like a fucking Luigi. Yeah. Definitely Luigi. Dining room. Waste management. Yeah, the administrator position is literally just like next to the waste management. It's just how it is in this place, you know?
Another one where you're in a normal world and then the screen immediately blacks out and suddenly you're somewhere else. I think this is a pretty good way of telling you that you're just wandering about the facility and it's taking you ages to get through. Also, just to remind you that you're playing through a horror mod, there's just a whole bunch of horror movie posters that are just plastered everywhere. Like, I don't know why, it's just all over the place.
Hey, Chucky. Sup, Gully Pop. I got more spooked by the grudge. Then I just looked over that. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll leave you to it then. Don't worry. Why is this place have like 5 bajillion fucking posters of like the Ring and them and Wilt? It's they them. Those are indeed pronouns.
There's also some brief pieces of platforming that is useful in certain areas in the game, but outside of that, it's just walking around, killing weird creatures, and doing little small puzzles. However, I don't really have much else to say about Mistake, considering how basic it is. I just have more fun just trying to break the pathing of the game without really trying.
Oh, am I? Oh, hi. Excuse me? Hi. Yeah. You're chasing after me. Oh, he's still coming. Okay. Sorry, I'm too fast for you. Okay, cool. Going to. Wait, still coming. You good? Are you gonna like chase after me? Are you just you're just gonna stay there? Okay, you actually are. Okay, you actually are coming after me. Okay, I see. You okay? You good? Oh, okay, you actually are attacking me now. Alright, I'm gonna fucking.
In the end, you try to leave, but you fall down, and a bunch of zombies are at the bottom, and then you end up dying on the operating table. The end. Overall, I personally think this is a fun little romp. It's quick and easy to get through, and for a small experience, I think it did its job well, even with its quirks. Now, if Mistake was so good and showed off what horror could look like in the Half-Life engine, why the hell didn't they make Mistake 2? Oh, okay, I guess they went backwards. Totally wasn't expecting that. My bad. Mistake -1 is the prequel, sequel, requel to the first Mistake mod, and in my opinion, it's much better than the original. It improves on the atmosphere, the level design, and the horror aspects that I've personally felt the original lacked. It was still made by the same people, and also had some little help along the way. It does follow a similar plot to the original, but does expand on the character you play as and the world building of this facility as well.
Oh, oh, okay, I'm in a fucking crazy... I'm crazy, blah, 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 blah. I'm insane. Get out of here. It's possible. Ugh. Up a flashlight. Look. This is a bit more. Spooky things happening. Very ominous room here. Okay, that was loud as fuck.
Okay, I think many people will notice a grave error in this clip. The flashlight. Okay, let me explain. Half-Life is an old-as-hell game with an older style of lighting engine. However, in the Half-Life modding community, people decided to create a different style of rendering to produce a different lighting effect thanks to OpenGL. This render engine was first used in the game Paranoia and has been known since as the Paranoia renderer. It's been used in many other games like Cry of Fear, and most importantly, Mistake -1. However, it is a bitch to fix, and at the time of this recording, I didn't realize that, so the entire environment was just incredibly dark, and the flashlight was just very, very tiny. In fact, my main complaint at the time was that it was super dark and I just couldn't see anything. So, okay, how do you fix it? Well, you go into the pre-mistake folder, go to the SDK folder, get this fucking DLL out of there, and then put it in the main Half-Life folder. Bob's your uncle. Oh wait, it's still the same, the lighting is still not great. Also, the file is gone now, what the fuck? Okay, I gotta do it all over again. Okay, but this time, I have to put it read-only. Now it works. It is a bit of a difference, I will admit to say, but it makes the game much more playable. There were some pretty big issues with the mod as well. Not like problems with its like level design, it's just technical issues. Specifically with the head crab of this game, which I think is supposed to be a baby or something, I don't know. These creatures are positioned out the map, and they're kind of very close to doors, so there is a high chance that they just get stuck on the door, making it so that you literally cannot open the door at all. Want to know why I know that? Because it literally happened to me. Whoa! Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you for being in the cubby hole. I'm free now. Am I stuck? Am I? I think I can't escape. I can't get out. I think I'm stuck. I genuinely can't. Oh my fucking god. I gave up soon after due to the issue with the flashlight, the lighting, and the other thing. Like, the weird way to move around and progress further. Which, by the way, can literally just be me being a complete idiot. But I did decide to play the rest of the game off camera, and essentially the whole thing ends when you just decide to kill a ghost child or something that's been haunting you throughout the entire game. And The ballerina is just like shit hitting the fan, literally, and then the game ends. Cool. Will this lead into mistake or something else? I don't know. It's a sequel, bequel, prequel, or something like that. However, the developer has also made a Source spiritual successor to this game called Grey that I haven't tried yet, but if you want the same kind of feeling of mistake but in Source, maybe give that a try. If you know Half-Life horror mods, then you probably need to be aware of Vey Hunger. It's a mod made by Black Widow Games, who were initially known for making contractual mods within Quake and Half-Life engines. Hell, they even made a cool as hell Half-Life mod called Underworld Bloodline that was to promote the then upcoming movie Underworld. The only thing I can find is like a trailer. It seems cool. It seems badass in the Underworld sense. However, their main gold mine was They Hunger, a project that was produced by PC Gamer of all people, and you can tell that PC Gamer had a hand in making it. For the sake of time and brevity, I will only be covering the first episode of They Hunger, but just so you know, there are 3 episodes to this as well, so maybe if I make more of these kinds of videos, I'll cover them. Who knows? The story starts off, and you're basically driving along, and the radio man talks about weird stuff happening with the river, and while driving along and letting a cute little guy walk across the road...
Just the fucking head crab just walking past it. Truly incredible stuff.
You get zapped and plunge into the nearby river. From there, you go to a church to think about all the sins that you've committed and to cleanse yourself of your unholy thoughts. However, when you get there, everything's kind of gone upside down, so you get yourself a nice little umbrella and a pistol. And this is where the game really begins. Zombies start to come to life, and you basically have to fight for your own life. There's a lot of regular zombies in here as well, like there's just some old decrepit dude, but the women zombies are just... I don't know how to describe them. They just look like stereotypical hot zombie women. It's weird. I don't understand why they did this. Also, the things that they say are just very weird.
Come to mommy.
I just want to be clear, I do really like this game. One of the best tactics that this game does is, well, it's unique scares. In one part, you come across a cabin with a cop staring at a zombie in the cabin, but when you approach him, he turns around and just shoots at you without warning. Just like in real life. Oh wait, he's a zombie now. I completely forgot to mention that. That's a bit of a key detail, I guess. There's also some really cool set pieces with the environments, like you go through a damp swamp, fighting in a water dam power plant, running zombies over with a train, and a volcanic area for some reason. Why is there a volcanic area in America? Whatever.
Uh-oh. Why is there a fucking volcano here? Why is there a fucking volcano? What is the reason for a fucking volcano here?
Oh well, I'm dead. Listen, whatever. Pretend that one volcano underneath Yellowstone decided to explode. Surely nothing bad will happen if that Pacific volcano underneath Yellowstone decided to explode. Anyway, you manage to get to the radio station, and then the guy just basically tells you, hey, you need to go to the police station instead. Just do it. Just do it. Don't question it. Just go to the police office. Anyway, the final section has you trying to get to this police station. And here is where my stupid tiny woman brain decided to make it so much worse for me, because there was no way to actually get into the police station during my playthrough. And at the time of recording this, I was extremely fed up, tired, and basically was just done trying to figure out how to progress normally, so I cheated. I used God mode, I used just started blasting my way through the zombies. I used no clip to get through the big roadblocks and then just no clipped my way straight to the end. It does cheapen things a little bit, I will admit, and I do apologize, but however, what you were meant to do is break the police car's door, get inside, get it running, then crash it into the neighboring garage. Okay, that... Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm stupid, maybe I haven't played Half-Life related content in quite some time, but some of these level progression tactics that these games use is a bit far-fetched and require you to think outside of the box even though they don't really tell you to do so. Unfortunately, I am dumb as bricks, so this could just be a statement on me itself rather than the level design. This also goes for mistake -1, by the way. I had some issues progressing with that game as well. Well, at the end of the episode, you basically just get locked up by a sentient zombie sheriff dude and are trapped at the beck and whim of his needs. It cuts to black when shit hits the fan. The end. I know technically this does move on to episode 2 and episode 3 as well, but it would take me a while to get through them, so if you are interested in me in talking about those episodes, please let me know. Either way, I think They Hunger is really good. It is primitive, obviously, because this was released back in 1999, but I think this is the godfather of source horror mods for a reason. But let's talk about another iconic horror mod. This other iconic horror mod for Half-Life was none other than Afraid of Monsters, specifically its director's cut. Now, I loved playing this game while growing up, and I was more of a fan of the creator's next game, Cry of Fear, which is its own rabbit hole that I don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole right now, Jesus Christ, so maybe I'll cover that in another separate video down the line, who knows. There's a lot to talk about, oh my god. Afraid of Monsters story is where you play as David Leverhoff, a guy who is addicted to painkillers or meds or opioids or something like that, where he eventually tries to check himself in for rehab. But he finds some random bathroom painkillers and just decides, fuck it, I'll down them, down the hatch I go. And from there, he enters a hell world filled with monsters, creatures that just look like bugged ragdolls in a giant invisible face that giggles and shoots eyeballs at you and sucks to fight, is evil, is gross, and I fucking do not like that. That was fucking awful. The thing I want to praise Afraid of Monsters for is the environment and tension building. It is genuinely fantastic. One of the scenes that reminds me the most is in the early start. You are just walking through trying to get supplies, and then you come across a body that's being hidden under the blankets. You go past it to collect some more supplies, and then when you turn around, it's gone. It's peak horror. Let me just say that. The entire hospital section is also fantastic too, albeit a bit longer than what most people expect, with its different paths, platforming sections, and Wait, hold on. Is that... I love you, Jesus Christ. I should not touch that, okay. Jesus Christ, I love you. Yes, I do. Oh fuck, it's gone. Well, once you get past the, album cover, I don't know how else to say it, it's literally just an album cover, and turn off the lights, this is where all hell breaks loose. You have head-twitching zombies that attack you at incredibly fast speeds. There's a guy in a wheelchair, and these cool-looking head crab designs where it just looks like its hand is its own tentacles. There's also a bull squid rep that is literally just a guy doing handstands. I don't know why that's there. From the hospital, you then go into a dark city landscape, going through sewers, train stations, and going to the woods, and even riding on a little boat. Oh, how adorable. In between these levels, you enter some dream sequences where it genuinely looks fantastic. The visual design of these dream levels is probably the most iconic thing about it, alongside the final true ending, which I won't spoil. It's very, very good. There's also the horrors of Afraid of Monsters. You have your typical jump scares, whether it's a quick flash of a random zombie popping up for like a quick second, or a quick blink and you miss it jump scare. Like there's this one in the vent that I think is really, really effective in my opinion. No loud scare, it's just a face and then it just disappears. I definitely saw a face there. But also, you have the aforementioned atmosphere, the dark, dimly lit corridors, the music. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the music. I'm unsure how much of the music I can actually show you in this section, because the creator of Afraid of Monsters just decided it was best to just use Aphex Twin's selected Ambience works, Volume 2, as a good chunk of the soundtrack. The main menu song, Stone in Focus, was a track that wasn't originally on the main album until its recent expanded version that was released a year or so ago. It's pretty good. Side note, this mod also really got me into Aphex Twin as a whole, so it led me to discover some of the best music I've probably ever heard. If you're interested in heady electronic music, please check out Aphex Twin if you haven't already. The Richard D. James album is probably my favorite album of all time. There's also a lot of cool things that I like and enjoy, but it does fall off at the end with the forest sections, which is just incredibly dark and just a bit rudimentary in my opinion. I enjoyed what I have played of Afraid of Monsters, and if you want to give it a try, please do. Because outside of its more popular bigger brother, it does follow a lot of the same horror design philosophy as well. Now, I've explored a lot of the older content of Half-Life mods, and there's plenty to go around, but something I wanted to check for this video is there anything new? So, I checked ModDB, a mod repository website where you can find all of your modding needs, and then, in the corner of my eye, I found Liminal Void is the newest entry in this section, with it only really being released in early 2025 by someone called Half-Life Dev, who actually has a YouTube channel. However, I think it's in Portuguese and has some interesting YouTube videos, to put it lightly. Liminal Void is, well, a Backrooms-inspired Half-Life mod, and uses some really cool tech to make the engine look a lot more modern than its previous counterparts, with the installer even stating so. Liminal Void is a game inspired by Kane Pixels' popular series on the Backrooms, but with a darker and more psychological twist. Using the GoldSrc engine from Half-Life, the game pushes its capabilities to the limit, incorporating detailed models and textures to provide an immersive visual experience. Developed over 2 years, this project offers a fresh perspective on a well-known concept. This part begins when you get back home and you find a note where your wife is basically just complaining about you drinking all the time. So you decide to eat the food that she made you that has essentially gone cold, turn off the lights, and then just fall asleep. However, while you're sleeping, the TV suddenly turns on. Some freaky dude is just looking at you, so you just get out of bed, you turn it off, and then you no-clip through to the back rooms. And this is where the game really begins. Also, you have a camera as well. Don't ask why, it's just there. From here, you explore the back rooms, unlock doors, traverse through long passages, and find async employees just dead and lying in a pool of blood. There's no infection monster or whatever the hell that thing is in the original series, but There is a freaky dude that chases you a lot.
Oh my god, in this corner, I found fucking Kane Pixels. I loved your work in Oldest View. I made a video about it. It's so sick. You should watch it. Have you heard of ontology?
Also, the Backrooms really just loves to fucking troll you. Like, there's places where you just go to a place, pick stuff up, and then you just immediately die. It's not fun, to be frank. There's doors you unlock to go through to progress through the game, but some of them are just straight up traps where you either fall down and die, or the freaky dude just gets you. There's also keys you collect throughout the game as well, but however, there is no way to tell what key goes where. All of them, outside of a couple, look the exact same and show the exact same phrase when collecting it. I get this is supposed to feel like you're trapped in an endless maze of the Backrooms, but this is just not it, in my opinion. I will say this is a good horror mod. The loneliness of the Backrooms with the liminal injury is all very good and all, but I do feel like there could have been more to it. There are haunting sections where you're back in your apartment and your wife still keeps complaining about how you made her life worse, and also she probably killed herself or something like that. I don't know whether that's actually happened in the story or not, I don't know. But these sections are pretty neat, and breaks up the moments of where you're literally just wandering around the Backrooms. If you are a big fan of Half-Life and the Backrooms, please do check this out. I do recommend it if you do like getting lost or you're a big fan of the Backrooms media as a whole. Also, one final note on this mod before I end the video. In the ladder section of the mod, you basically find a TV in a room that's basically just not plugged in at all, so you decide to watch it, and I noticed something about the video.
Wait a second, is this liminal? Is this the liminal land thing? Hold the fuck on. I need to double check. I need to fucking double check this. Yeah, Angie Munoz. Yeah, this is fucking liminal land. What the fuck are you using this for?
Yeah, this is literally just the Liminal Land video that's based on a real life thing, but the mod creator decided to just add his main character at the end of it. That's literally it. Like, it's so jarring to see the early DALL-E AI generated faces, and then just some guy at the end. Like, don't worry, I'm not gonna tell on you, Mr. Dev, but like, it would have been interesting to create your own video in a similar style, rather than just taking an already existing video. You do have talent, it's just would have been better to show it off in that aspect, but that's just my take. Anyway, do please check this out, please. I beg you. Alright, thank you so much for checking out the video. I know this is a little bit of a different video compared to the other two, but I've just felt like I wanted to just play some games and then show you all what I found. I know there's like a couple of mods that I missed, especially They Hunger episode 2 and 3. I will probably cover them at some point, maybe in a different video if you like this video format. There was also something I wanted to do with Crossfire.fun, and they recently released like some custom maps that are part of the, you know, the ARG surrounding that, which is really interesting. I'm actually quite a big fan of that aspect, but when I tried to download Crossfire Fun on my own, it literally just downloaded an empty file. Like, it's just completely empty with no data in it, and I'm like, I don't know why, but maybe I'll cover that map as well in a future video too. But yeah, thank you all for the love and support. If you liked the video, why not drop a like, why not hit subscribe as well? I appreciate it a lot. And to anyone who can help me out with the Crossfire Fun thing, please let me know, because the creator is just kind of annoying to Dora. Like, can you just leave her alone? Okay. See ya.